Okay, so welcome to our team call tonight. It's the 8th of March, and we're covering our why today. So I know that I've probably said it over and over in here about finding a why that makes you cry, and today we're going to dig in a little bit deeper on that. The reason why we say that, and the reason why my why has continued to change throughout my journey, is because this why needs to be big enough to keep you consistently showing up for your business. Because there's going to be days where you're just so discouraged or down, or you just do not feel like even talking to anyone about Plexus. And if you have the correct why, there'll be nothing stopping you. So that's kind of what we're going to dig into today. And after reading this chapter, I'm excited because I really worked on my why, and I'm excited to work on it a little bit more. So there are so many things in our lives vying for our time and attention that if you don't really want to do this, you won't. It will never be a priority, and you'll stay stuck in an endless, vicious cycle. You're not working on your business because it's not tied to something you really want. You're beating yourself up because you're not working on your business. You're not working your business because it's now all about guilt and failure because you're beating yourself up for not working on your business. That's neither fun nor lucrative. In fact, it makes me exhausted just writing about it. And we have people on our team that have told me that. They're like, I'm stepping back because I just feel so guilty with this. And they really didn't have their deep why that they needed for this. Do you know why you want to build a business of your own? I've had so many conversations with team members over the last 5 years who complain that they just don't seem to stay committed to their businesses and routinely do the income-producing activities required to see the results. The vast majority of the time when I ask them why they're doing their business, they answer with some variation of, I'm not sure. Or the main one, and for me too, I've heard is, I'm not sure. If you can't see it, write it down. If you can't see it, number one. If you can't smell it, number two. And if you can't taste it, number three. Those are your senses, correct? So this is where the why comes in on really digging deep. If it doesn't move you deep in your soul, you want this to move you deep in your soul, then it's not enough to keep you committed. Okay? When you figure out your why, you've got to share it with your business partners and the rest of your team. Your spouse, your best friend, other family members. They've got to know what it is so that they can keep you accountable when it gets hard to keep your eye on the prize. Okay? Your why can't be about money, but it can be about what the money will do for you. Let's write that again. Why can't be about the money, but it can be about what the money will do for you. And it has to be deeply personal to you. This person, and me too, has worked with a lot of people who have made their why about other people. Maybe it was their kids or their husband, but I'm here to tell you right now that in order to get yourself way out of your comfort zone during the scary, uncomfortable start of your business, your why has to be about you. Okay? And that's something hard, especially as a mom or a woman, to really make it about us because we just feel guilty and stuff. She says, I was doing training for a portion of our team, and I went around the room asking the women what their why was. When I got to someone whom I call Maria, she said it was to pay for her kids' college. Yet there was no fire in her eyes when she said it, just a soft voice coming out of a dipped head and slumped shoulders. I respectfully challenged her. You started your business over a year ago and still aren't showing up consistently to work it. Could it be that your reason why isn't enough to get you to do this? But of course it should be. It's my children, she argued. Aha, I said. You think it should be, but it's not. Then I asked her to tell me what she really wanted for herself. As her eyes welled up with her tears, she admitted that she really wanted to have something of her very own outside of mom and wife, and to prove to herself that she could accomplish big things. And she said it, as she said it, something incredible happened. Her voice got stronger. Her shoulders moved up and back, and she sat taller. That's your real why, my dear, I said to her as I hugged her. That's what will get you to do this every single day. Since then, Maria has engaged in her business with a consistent determination that wasn't there before. She's moved past the level she'd been stuck at and has reached a major promotion and a pay raise. We women are programmed to do everything for others. We really are. But I promise you, building this business for others won't be enough. You need a bulletproof why to get you through the tough times. And that why has to be about you and for you. Being part of something new and fun, filling up your time while the kids are at school, or quelling your fear of missing out on something. While these might be reasons enough to get you to jump in and reach a certain level of success, they're not enough to keep you doing the heavy lifting that is required to build a 6 or 7 figure business. I added on a personal business partner, Pamela, after she watched me for months on Facebook and then saw our company's products. At the time, she loved the idea of doing something new and liked the idea of transitioning out of her part-time career. That was enough to get her to the first substantial title in our company and to step away from her day job. But once that goal was met, Pamela didn't have a reason to keep building. Without continued recruiting, she demoted in title. For a couple of years, I was unable to extract a reason why she wanted to build this business. But without it, she had no reason to work enough to recapture her title and collect the significant money she left on the table every single month, let alone go after the free Lexus that was in the reach. It is possible, however, to have a breakthrough if you can discover a new and more powerful why. Pamela decided she wanted to take a lot of the financial pressure off of her hardworking husband, Tom. And this new goal ignited a new commitment and dedication to her business. And Pamela's certainly not the only one. And she talks about some other ones. My dear friend Amy first started her business because her teenage girls required less of her time, and this former publishing powerhouse missed meaningful work. The reason she said yes to the company's opportunity was because she didn't want to let it pass her by. While she shot like a stallion out of the starting gate, fear of missing out wasn't enough to keep her business from stalling when life happened. In her case, it was both the fun things that distracted and the heartbreak of losing her father. It was when the stresses of her successful husband Nick's demanding career became intolerable that Amy had a breakthrough epiphany. She was sitting on a gold mine that could give her back the man she married and give her the sense of purpose she craved. That's when Amy attacked her business with an unwavering focus and commitment, leading to large jumps in the organizational volume and duplication, and the unparalleled satisfaction of leading a fast-growing team to Lexus earning volumes, along with an income that set Nick free and led him to work with her. Together, they've reached the top level in our company and are fulfilled by the daily impact they get to have on others. Our whys evolve along with our business, and the key to consistent growth and not stalling out is to continually check in with yourself and your priorities. The lady here wanted to set John free from the confines of his fee-for-service medical practice. Once that happened, her why became bigger. And that's what I've heard from a lot on our team, is that they really want to help financially with their family. And when they say that, I think, oh, that's okay, that's good. But truthfully, when they say, I want to stop my husband from all the overtime he has to do, that makes that why that makes it deeper and real. She wants her husband home with her kids. She wants her husband not to beat himself up physically working. So once that happens, it's amazing. For the next 3 years, I saw my third why every time I logged onto the back-end business management site our company provided. She posted a picture of Nate and Bebe in the bathtub with big smiles on their face and sparkles of mischief in their eyes with the words, to have the time and economic freedom to this was her why, and I love it. And this is a great why to write it out so you see it even on the front of your phone or whatever. Like, make it more detailed. This is what this mom wrote. To have the time and economic freedom to show Nate and Bebe, those are her two kids, all life has to offer, and to teach them to develop their entrepreneurial spirit to reach the highest heights and make the world a better place, and to be a change agent to help others become the best version of themselves. Isn't that awesome?
Are you in the shower?
I love that. Who?
Why are you texting me?
Excuse me? Let me get this. Mute. Okay. So she had to dig deep to come up with this why, and it held true until her income reached 6 figures a month. By then, we have the time and economic freedom to do everything we wanted for our family, and we were helping others do the same. Clearly, Nate and Bebe were learning to develop an entrepreneur spirit. They were surrounded by proof. This is so cool, even for you, Paula, to do this for your grandchildren, because it shows the kids that they're surrounded by proof that it is what you work. If you work really hard at something you're passionate about, that's of value to others, it's possible to have fulfilling work while also having a life. Isn't that great? Because that's not normal. That's not normal people's when they're working. That's probably not their mom and dad, you know? We've had to remind both kids that it's not the norm for all families to have both parents home and accessible nearly all the time, and that perks like we enjoy don't come with a conventional job. The kids' skewed reality really hit home when one night at the dinner table, John and I were talking about a friend who got a promotion at his corporate job, and the little girl said, "Wow, when is he getting his free Lexus?" He won't get a free Lexus at that job. But those kids, that's what they thought, you know, because they saw their mom do it. How awesome is that? But if I was going to wake up every day still wanting to build our business, I had to find a new why. It became about others. So she did that to get to that point, and then her why changed, because your why is going to change as you grow with this. Her why, it's kind of like my why right now. It became about others. Not just empowering more people to become who they were destined to be, but also about being able to put significant resources towards helping women, children around the world to have access to the basics we enjoy every day. Full tummies, access to healthcare. That's enough for me to chew on for years to come, and my husband, which is why we bound out of bed nearly every day wanting to keep building this. And that's what I met yesterday for my lunch date. That's what I was meeting, a woman that has a awesome ministry, helping missionary wives, like supporting them all across the world. And in India, she even has a school, and they're looking for sponsors for the orphan children so that they can go to school in this amazing school. And it's only $25 a person, $25 a month to support a child to go to this school. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I could share that with my team, and we can do that. We can do $25 and help an orphan in India get a full school all year round. So it's just exciting to be a part of stuff like this. And that's my new why too, is like, I'm so excited to help this ministry. She was telling me these numbers, and I'm like, are you kidding me? As a jewel, I could make that in a month. Like, it's so exciting to be able to do this. As you think about your why or rethink it, remember that it's okay to be selfish about what you want. That can be a hard mind shift, especially for women, since we're programmed to be selfless and do much for others, right? Yet a lot of the whys that I've talked about prove that doing for yourself and doing for others don't have to be mutually exclusive. Deep down, this lady wanted to be the one to save her family, and Amy wanted to set her husband free. I had the audacity to want it all, for me, for John, for our kids, for those on our team who want to run with it, and for the causes we're passionate about. I think one of the biggest reasons many people can't find their real why the one that will make them get uncomfortable, stretch and grow and consistently show up, is because they don't dig deep enough. It really is like peeling an onion. I want you to write that down. I need to peel my onion. As you explore your why, you keep asking yourself, why is that? So write those 3 words down. As you're working with your team and you're trying to help them find their why, those 3 words are really important, and you'll hear why. Here's an example. One of our business partners first declared that she wanted to earn more money. So I started peeling. Why is that? So she could build an emergency fund. More peeling. Why do you want an emergency fund? To know she's safe. Why will that make you feel safe? Because the last time she was married, her husband left her with nothing, and in her current marriage, she could be left in the same awful situation. So I'm hearing that your real why is to make sure that you can always take care of yourself and put the power of your future in your hands. Is this right? Yes, she said as she cried. Simply wanting to earn more money wasn't going to get enough to get this very busy working mom to consistently show up in spite of inevitable challenges. But her real why is powerful enough, and as a result, she's on her way to building something that will make her feel safe and empowered. Do you see the difference? Do you see how you need to peel that onion back? Another reason people can't figure out their why is because they've stopped dreaming. They've stopped dreaming. It's so easy to get mired in what is that we stop dreaming about. It's so easy to get mired in what is that we stop dreaming about what could be. Or if you haven't stopped dreaming, maybe you've stopped believing that it's possible to actually realize your dreams. If you don't believe it can happen, you don't dare go for it, let alone dream about it. Let me read that one again. If you don't believe it can happen, you don't dare go for it, let alone dream about it. If you don't believe it can happen. No matter what stage your life or business is in, isn't it time you give yourself permission to dream again? So write down, I give myself permission to dream again. Isn't it time you let yourself believe those dreams can come true? I'm living proof, as there's more on our team, that whatever your dreams are, because this profession offers so much, you should be dreaming big and bigger. So that is that you want for your why. Today I just looked at my money that was made last month, or for February. It's going to go into our account. I cannot wait for every single one of you to see what I saw today that's going into my account. And yes, I've worked really hard at it, but there's nothing in the way of you guys making that same amount that is totally life-changing. And that's what I want so bad for you. So we need to talk about goals for a minute. Once you know your reason for why, then you've got to set goals that will lead you to achieve your why. Now, there are effective and ineffective ways to set goals, and the effective way is to take a big goal, and we're going to call that big goal the elephant. We're going to take a big goal and call it the elephant, and we're going to break it down into bite-sized steps to make it more doable. At this point, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the tried and true gold standard of goal setting that transcends network marketing. I don't know who came up with this, but SMART goals are where it's at. So let's spell out the word SMART. S stands for specific. So a specific goal has a much greater chance of being attained than a general one. And when you break your specific goal down into bite-sized steps, it has an even better chance of being achieved. To set your specific goal, we answer 3 W questions. So write these 3 W's down. Number 1, what do I want to accomplish? I want to be silver by the end of this month, or I want to be gold by the end of next month. Number 2, when do I want to accomplish it? Did you hear me? I said I want to be silver by the end of this month. That's when. So what and when. And why do I want to accomplish it? I want to be silver by the end of this month because I want my products paid for. Those are your 3 things you need to say when you set this goal. Okay, and then the next one for SMART is M. And M stands for measurable. A measurable can be measured. For example, you've got a $1,500 in credit card debt that you want to pay off. A goal must also be achievable, and what I love in our profession is that pretty much every goal you come up with can be achieved with consistent hard work. So you need to have a measurable goal, something that's measurable, measured. Okay, and then the next one, setting realistic goals is important because while you can achieve most anything you set your mind to, you've got to be realistic. You've got to be, this depends on how much time you're willing and able to spend on your business. For example, if you have a goal of replacing your $10,000 monthly salary in 6 months, but you're only willing or able to carve out 6 hours a week for your business, it's probably not going to happen on that timeline, okay? But don't let this discourage you from making stretch goals. Those are different from realistic goals, okay? They're from unrealistic goals. This business grows fastest when you keep making stretch goals for yourself. What's the worst that can happen is you can shoot for the moon and land among the stars. So Frances, who's on here, she's an amazing goal setter, and she's like me. You want to set those high goals, but you also want to set which is like the elephant, but you want to break them down so that you can attain them, and they're attainable goals. Achievable goals, okay? You want them to be achievable. Of course, you must make your goals time-bound. So the next one, it's specific, measurable, achievable is A, realistic. So of course you make your goals time-bound because a goal without a timeline is just a dream. Write that down. A goal without a timeline is just a dream. When you're working on a deadline, your sense of urgency increases, which will reduce procrastination and will get you to the finish line much quicker. I have always been someone that works better under pressure. Always. I've played the piano for years, and I've played concerts and I play it, in front of a lot of people. And I was the one that always would wait till the last minute to learn my piece and get it memorized and everything. But never fear, when I got up on that stage, I would just play it like I've been practicing for months and months and months. And it's just weird. I'm kind of a procrastinator, but I'm a procrastinator that gets it done because I work better under pressure. Does that make sense? But you need to be able to have a goal written down with a time and then work at it as hard as you can to get there and make that goal, reach that goal. While your why can't be just about the money, monetary goals are tangible ways to measure your project and progress and to track how effectively you're advancing your business and getting to your why. I happen to have been personally driven by a combination of monetary milestones and running after the incentives brought by our company. Dangle an incentive, cash, trip, bling in front of me to run for, and I am going to get it. And that's me. That truthfully is me. Where I've heard some people on our team say, contests I don't even like them. But guess what? Guess what that really means? That really means they don't want to say that they're going to try to get something because they're afraid to fail. They're afraid to fail and not be able to, get that goal or reach that thing. So the easy way out is just to say, I don't like contests. I'm not going to do it. And I've heard it so many times on our team, and it kind of makes me sad because truthfully, you should use those to help you get to that goal. Your company, our Plexus, even that Hawaii trip, they design the incentives to get you to do your business building that helps you to advance your income and your title. So whenever you have the chance to run after incentive, do it. I'm so proud of Krista. She's on here, and she won the watch, the Garmin. Any contest that Plexus puts in front of us, even the convention contest right now, you can earn $100 towards convention. And if you do that, that is just by getting new ambassadors, getting preferred customers, and getting your PV up. What do those three things do for your business? They get your business moving, correct? So it really is, try to go after them, make it a goal, and put a visual representative of the incentive in a place where you see it often. So even this $100 for convention, get a $100, you can find them online and print it out and tape it to your mirror in your bathroom and your mirror in your car, and be striving to earn that $100 and have your name in front of 12,000 people on the board that says, I earned $100. If you want to go for winner's dinner, which is an amazing dinner that you earn and you get to bring a guest and you dress up and they have a band and it's amazing, then find out how many points you need and take a picture of a beautiful dress that you would love to wear, or even go buy the dress and hang it there for you to see and go, I'm going to that winner's dinner. And there should be nothing stopping you, and that will help you get to your winner's dinner. This makes it real. It makes it a public declaration also for your family to see. They see that dress hanging there, and they know mom is going to go to winner's dinner, and they're going to be cheering you on. It's also the next step in actually believing that it's possible. And that belief can make it so. Let's see. With each bite-sized SMART goal achieved, your confidence builds. Isn't that exciting? Every goal that you hit, your confidence gets stronger and your belief gets stronger in this. It's my first SMART goal was to earn 6 figures or retire John from clinical medicine. It would have certainly been too much to bite off. Like when I first started, I didn't say I'm going to make over $100,000 in my second or third year, like I did this year. I didn't know that, and I didn't say that. And if I would have thought that, I probably would have been overwhelming, right? I would have choked on that elephant. But I could focus that first year on smaller goals, reaching out to 3 new people a day, bringing 3-way calls to each week to my upline, adding new business partners and customers every single month, paying the mortgage, then hitting the first significant promotion, then this is the lady, she said, then matching my PR consulting income, then beating it, then earning an incentive trip, then earning the top recruiter award. So it started going, but you've got to set those goals and reach for them. This lady, Tracy, she said, I had to start with putting food on the table, then making more money than my teaching job was paying so I could quit and spend more time on my business with my girls. Then she focused on getting out of debt. Not somebody on our team right now who has decided that this is what this person wants for his family, for their main income. And so he has a goal of hitting, or he or she, I should say he or she, has a goal of hitting Ruby. And when they hit Ruby, they are going to retire from these other things. Well, that's coming up in the next few months because this person has been working really, really hard. And so it's doable if you set those goals and believe in them. Let me see here. I'm trying to go here. This whole thing is so good. Okay. Sometimes when we're doing this, we focus on the process of reaching the goals. For example, if your goal is to add 3 new business partners a month, you can ask God or whoever, she says on whoever, but I ask God, to bring more people into your life you can share this with. Asking sets your intentions. Every morning you need to pray to God and say, God, who are you going to bring to cross my path today that I am going to get to share Plexus with? Send those people that need Plexus. Asking sets your intentions. And then taking advantage of every opportunity that presents itself to share about your business, your products. Every time you run into someone picking your child up from school, the friendly stranger you're sitting next to at the restaurant, the long-lost friend you noticed in your newsfeed on Facebook, share with everyone that God brings into your life. Because if you have enough conversations, you're going to find the people. You want to become your customers, and they want to join you in the business. Fall in love with this process, and it will lead you to achieve your goals. Write that. Fall in love with this process, and it will lead you to achieve your goals. Then 12 months from now, if you've stayed focused, you'll look back on what you've accomplished, how much you've grown, and you'll see how much you develop this real love for this journey. So how bad do you really want it? We're going to go about 10 more minutes. Sorry, we're going to go over a little bit. This is what separates the talkers from the doers, okay, is how badly do you want this? It's one thing to say you want to build a business and identify your why and set goals that will get you there, but it's a whole other can of tomatoes to actually build it. The how badly you want it loops back to your why. Again, it's got to be big enough that you're willing to give up things like TV. And truthfully, I didn't watch TV for over a year because I was studying this. The People magazines, yes. Even in the bathroom, I was reading personal and professional development. Cooking every night. I came to love the concept of meal assembly or crock pots, or a huge shout out to Costco. You've also got to get buy-in from the people who share your life, like your husband and your kids. You need to get everybody on board with this, especially your husband. He needs to understand that this next year or next 2 years, I'm going to work really hard to get us our dreams that we want. And so there's going to be a little bit of changes in our routine here because I'm going to do this. I'm going to work hard right now for this. As we've already established, growing a 6- and 7-figure business takes consistency and talking to people every single day. Write those two things down. It takes consistency and talking to people every single day about Plexus. Because not everyone you bring on board will be coachable or have a strong enough why to keep them motivated. You'll have team members who do nothing, and you'll have others who quit. So this is called attrition. Write that word down, attrition. It's a numbers game. And I never really liked saying that, but it really is a numbers game. If you're not personally adding at least 2 business partners a month, you're not insulating yourself for attrition. So your points are not going to move. Your points are going to stay the same or they're going to go backwards. So you're actually contracting and you're not expanding. You may feel like you want to quit, but you've got to commit to work 18 to 24 months as hard and as smart as you can if this is what you really want for your family and your husband and yourself. I kept telling myself this famous quote, entrepreneurship is, okay, let's write this down. Write this down, everyone. Entrepreneurship, it's a long word, is living a few years of your life like most people won't, comma. So living a few years of your life like most people won't, comma, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. That's a really deep thing and something that has happened with me. And that's why yesterday I could meet with this woman that leads this mission board and meet with her and commit to her a large amount that I'm going to be pouring into these people because of my commitment of doing this for my husband and myself. I could have never been able to do this before. This is how bad do you want it question is really about. Is it pain or pleasure? As humans, we avoid anything that feels like pain and instantly take action toward things we believe will make us feel good or that will give us pleasure. Now, you can certainly view spending time building your business, learning how to talk to people and taking no's and disappointments as painful. But what if you could coach yourself and others to wire your brain to link pain to not taking action and massive pleasure to taking action? And that's what I've done with my brain. I'm talking about working with the deepest part of your subconscious. Okay? So it simply needs to rewire your brain so that not taking action is extremely painful. If I am out and about and I don't talk to someone or give them some talk about Plexus and I leave, I feel so sad inside. I am pained by it. I really am. And that's because I've wired my brain to my pleasure is to talk to people about Plexus. My pain is to not talk to people. Now, most people, it's opposite. Most people's pleasure is to not talk to people because that's out of their comfort zone and it's painful to talk to people, correct? So that's where you have to rewire your brain. And as we think, perceive, and form memories or learn new skills, the connection between brain cells can actually change and strengthen. And this book right here I've been reading, I love it. It's called Switch On Your Brain. And you truthfully can change how your brain is shaped. They have MRIs of people's brains when they change their thinking to positive and more, uplifting things. They change the shape of their brain. It's crazy. Are you getting how amazing this is and what it can mean for your business and your life? The brain constantly changes based on what we think and do. We can change how our brains are wired. This opens up a whole new spectrum of possibilities. I'm going to help you rewire yourself or rewrite for success. So we're going to do this little exercise right now. And in doing this, you're going to be training your brain that the pleasure you seek is in doing the work. That's going to pleasure equals doing work and reaching your why. And the pain equals not doing the work to build your business and reaching your whys. And after you do the homework, the next chapter is going to be really awesome too, on focusing on the skills that you've been honing on, which is making a list, kind of what we had to do for Santa. Remember how Santa, we wrote this list all the time? Well, we're going to learn to do that next week on our call. But this is some homework for you, okay, right now. So write this down. Take out a notebook or a journal, and I want you to answer these questions. And I want you to do this really in a quiet time, maybe tomorrow, or when you can really think about these and be very honest and write it out and be deep. So number 1, what is your why? But remember to peel the onion to get to the real why. And how did we do that again? Remember, we kept asking that question. The question was, let me go back here. Let me one more here. Why? So, where is it? Oh, here. So you're asking, here. You started your business. Could it be the reason why isn't enough to get? But of course, okay, wait, let me find it. You have to dig deep, and you have to keep asking why. Remember? Okay. So don't just be vague with that. Number 2, why is this so important to you? So write number 2. Why is this important to you? And get really specific here. How do you see this changing your life? Write that down. Affecting your family and helping you get where you want to be long term. Okay, so that's pretty deep right there, and I want you to dig really deep and write that down. Okay, so number 3, if you don't achieve your why, what's the pain you'll experience? In other words, what's the cost you'll pay in your life by not taking actions to build this plexus business? Really think about this part. What will you and your family miss out on in life? How will this affect your confidence and your self-esteem? Dig really deep here. Think about, dream about being that diamond and receiving that on the stage, and think about those emotions so you can feel them and see them and taste them. What's it going to be like at your party when you turn a diamond? That celebration. Visualize it. And then number 4, look ahead 5 years into the future. If you don't achieve your why, where will you be and what will you have given up? All because you didn't follow through and take action on what was important. So look ahead 5 years to the future and think about it. Think about what it's going to be like, and think about the emotional part of it. And then after you do this, I want you to read this every day for 3 weeks. Every day. Every day. You're going to write this out on a pretty piece of paper or whatever. You're going to have it right by your desk, and you're going to read this every single day before you get out of bed. I found it really helpful to read it first thing in the morning, even before my feet hit the floor, to help set my intention for the day. You may decide to do it before you go to sleep. It just doesn't matter when you do it, as long as you do it every single day for 21 days. So what you could do is even write at the bottom 1 through 21, and then each day you can make a check mark so you can see what you're doing and how you've read it every single day. So does that sound like something you can do for me? Okay. And we're going to rewire our brain. We are going to switch our brain to be that person that this why is going to get us, thrust us forward. We're not going to stay anymore where we're at right now. We are going to move forward because our brain has changed, our mindset has changed, our belief has changed in ourselves. Because truthfully, every one of us on this call, we believe in this product. We have no doubt in this product. We believe in this company. We have no doubt in this company. So what the issue is ourself. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to dream big. We have to get those emotions going. We have to figure out our story and build the story and put ourselves in that story and really know that I cannot wait to have that diamond party and taste that German chocolate cake everybody's going to be having. Think about all the emotions. And once you do that, it's going to be a huge life-changing thing for you. Okay? So that is it. If we want to unmute, I'm going to stop the recording.